treating the students as adults is really at the core of, I guess, Hershey's philosophy. And that is the key thing that's taken me everywhere that I've been able to go in life, is that I was treated as if I was an adult from when I started at Hershey, which I think I was 11 when I went over there. And I was expected to behave like an adult as well. Like, of course you can be a kid and that kind of stuff, but you do have responsibilities and you are expected to participate in discussions that are very mature. So I feel like it is so important that Hershey put such an emphasis on treating the students like they are adults, like they have those adult responsibilities, and also like they do have those adult opinions and perspectives. Like we were discussing very mature topics of like politics and just very worldly topics that most 12-year-olds would not be invited to those kinds of discussions. And a lot of the responsibilities we were given were very mature as well. So I feel like that is one of the most important things at Hershey, and I really hope they never change how students are treated and expected to behave as well.
Like emphasizing the student empowerment and kind of offering, I've talked a lot about leadership, but that it has, in my reflection on Hershey, has just really, my appreciation for that has just grown as the farther away I've gotten from it, and realizing like how unique that was. And I think also like being able to participate like with the land at like with the farm, but also like I appreciated when we got to like present to the community and do things like that. And that the coursework, like Kiara said, also became more rooted in kind of like complex current events, both in science and humanities. So I think that that has been a skill that I'm able to continue to apply knowledge, but then also kind of like dissect the information that is being given to us. I think like, especially like with COVID and the kind of the political climate that has only kind of escalated since we were in high school, being able to assess and evaluate information is a skill that I was already really primed for well at Hershey. So preserving that skill, and then also being able to like have seminar discussions and debate respectfully, even when you have really strong opinions, is something that I think that we developed really well, and how to communicate with people that are coming from different backgrounds respectfully, and like learning how to really empathize well. I've surprised, like I don't really like reflect on that in myself, but I've gotten that compliment like recently that is like, oh, you're able to really assess like all perspectives very well. And I had never really like considered that, but I think that it definitely came from Hershey, where you're thinking about the collective, and being able to preserve that collectivist mindset, I think is really important. And to improve, I think the only thing, I keep touching on the STEM, but like empowering students, especially girls, to like feel as though they can succeed in the STEM classes. And I think that that was the aspect of the program that was definitely growing the most when my class was leaving. So I don't really know like where that's at right now, but I think that the humanities were like on lock, beautiful, perfect. I wouldn't change anything about that, but just being able to understand the current events while still giving like a strong foundation of like the fundamental concepts that you need when, unfortunately, some of the application might fade away once you arrive in university.
I really agree with what Elise and Kiara said, especially about the student student guide relationships. And I think that the one thing that Hershey has always done really well is just the respect between students and the adults, because respect is earned, and it also goes both ways, and you can't have one without the other, and you can't just be expected to be respected or get respect from someone who you cannot return that to. And that's been something really important. And I think also even just in peer relationships as well, we all had respect for one another and for each other's ideas, and we were able to share them respectfully as well, like Elise said, with the seminars and learning to assess information. And as a journalism major, that is like a huge part of it is like learning to read like stories and like gather information and then parse if it's biased, if it's opinionated in any way. And that's a really big skill that Hershey taught us. Just like being able to analyze information and being able to learn just how to learn rather than just like being force fed like information. That's just something that's really important. And I think Hershey does really well.